as an example, just to toss this out in terms of how energy flows. So your clairsentience ability where you feel energy, right? If you're in line next to somebody and you can feel, wow, that person's really upset. They haven't said anything, they haven't done anything. Maybe they're even smiling, but I can just feel that they're upset. We've all had that, right? Or you're sitting down in a group of people, line of people, and again, maybe you can get a sense, oh, that person two people over, that person's really nervous, and you start to pick that up. It's on a feeling level. It's matching vibration. It's a matching vibration. The other thing is the clairsentience ability kind of pings out like a radar would to see where, like a radar for airplanes. The clairsentience will ping out like that and go, there's an airplane over there, there's an airplane over here, airplane over here. But what it's doing for the emotions is it's pinging out, and you start to feel emotionally where other people are in your room. So if you're at work, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're a school teacher, anywhere there's people around, and especially if the focus is on you, if you're some kind of manager or guide or the person with the answers, more energy coming that way. So this energy operates in a way that it goes out and it starts to collect energy and bring it back. And now you've got other people's energy in your space. If you're not aware of how that works and not having a good clean out at the end of the day, now you've taken home maybe 10 coworkers' emotional content in your space, and it's sitting right here. It's vibrating. I'm in a female body. Maybe there's a male upset here. Maybe there's a older female guilt over here. There's a worry over here. There's anxiety over here. And maybe I'm feeling all of that right now. It would translate into anxiety, stress, depression, overload. So you can see really quickly, or some people, depression, maybe just want to pull the cover over their head and take a nap. So you can see the need for wanting to be able to manage these energies and how they run and how they function. So once we recognize that, then we're using these same tools, and we're going to do 3 of them today: center of the head, grounding, and blowing a rose. So that's kind of the basics. There's a whole lot more to it, but that's where this training comes from. I've been teaching now for about, I think, 12 years, and I just love it. My favorite thing here is to work with other sensitives, intuitives, people that work with other people, to help you guys stay tuned up so you can avoid burnout and keep helping other people. Very important. As I said, the clairsentience is the first to start to wake up. And if we're not careful, it can kind of take things sideways to where we get overwhelmed by what we're picking up. I had a friend that didn't want to go to parties anymore. Absolutely did not want to go to parties, any big events. And her husband's trying to drag her along. She said, nope, 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 not going, because she was picking up too much energy in the environment and she didn't know how to handle it. So the first step is, well, we'll get into that more next time, recognizing the difference, grounding out everybody else, and re-owning our own space. So we'll be doing that on the second class. That's March. In April, it's tax season, so we're going to do abundance. Why do some systems work with abundance and some don't? This has to do also with our ability to receive. If we ask, it's given, right? So we ask the universe for something, it's created, but then can we have it, or does it go to our neighbor? So we'll look at that in April. And that also has a lot to do with, you could say, a feeling of, am I enough or not enough? That will come up strongly for the April class. And then May is the time for musicians anyway, where there's a lot of concerts. And I wanted to cover performance anxiety. How can we use these clairvoyant tools to overcome performance anxiety? Did you know the number one fear, and I'm not sure if it's the US or everywhere, I'm going to say US. The number one fear in the US, it's been for forever, as long as I can remember, fear of public speaking. So we're going to use some real basic tools here to look at that. And again, the things that tend to come up that keep us from speaking our truth is this not enough thread. I feel not enough in an area, or I'm not ready yet, or these kind of things. So that will all be clearing the deck as well. And then let's see, that will take us to, wait a minute, May. After that, I have three more that I'm going to be choosing between, and maybe you guys can let me know where your interest is. One on chakras in the aura. Did you know there's sub-levels to the chakras in the auras? So they have kind of basic meanings, and we can look at a general cleanup, but give you a little bit more specifics on some of the more detailed parts of that mechanically. And then dealing with the problem person. Who hasn't had that one problem person in their world? And I'm sure we all have different variety of ways to deal with that problem person. But in the clairvoyant training, we're actually learning to give space to another person, and at the same time clearing out our resistance to them and the energy that lights up in us. So it's a really good clean out. And the third one I'm considering from is, why doesn't my medical issue heal? And the idea here is that you're taking the right medicine, you're doing the right modalities, and you're eating correctly, and you floss every day or whatever, but that thing is still not healing. What's going on with that? So there could be a limiting belief picture in there. I can't heal until this and that happens. I can't heal because my sister didn't heal. I can't heal, all these kind of limitations is one part of it, but also another part of it is we can have our own individual variety of, I could say issues, but we call them pictures. What's our own picture or limitation that is not allowing us to heal? So that's another consideration. If you want to use the chat, if one of those sounds better to you, let me know. Also, I want to mention that we're here on Awareness Ascending, and this is a really tremendous format in that it's not just taking in content, just listening. Everybody's listening right now, but what you have available here that's different than other types of networks out there, or like TV with Gaia or something, is that you're on here live. You can ask questions, you can comment. So just to let you know that, please do participate here. You're welcome to use the reactions, raise your virtual hand if you have a question or comment that you'd like to add, or use the comments over here. Chat, use the chat for comments. So with all that being said, the main point that I would like to be able to hand over here to everybody listening now and later is that we each have in us built-in equipment that helps us to know spirit. And one of the things that's different about this kind of training is there's no dogma, there's nothing to remember other than get centered and get grounded while you're doing these techniques, or the answer to any question is start out by getting centered and grounded. But we don't have dogma. It's not, you're not following my path, that how I had my awakening. I'm going to show you a method for clearing the deck so you can find your own answers from source. And that's what really struck me with this type of training, that it's a step-by-step process of how to open my own abilities so I can get direct answers from spirit. Sometimes I'll talk to my guides if I want to get direct information from them. We can talk about guides another time, who they are and maybe their specialties. Or I can go right to Holy Spirit. I could go right to Christ or Mother Mary. But we don't have to necessarily go to another person any more than another teacher here on the planet. When we learn these tools and techniques, we can just go inside, and what we're tapping into is the infinite, so into the all. And the thing about this practice too is that it's training for the soul that you are to operate the body. So when we go into meditation, the meditation is for each of you as the soul that you are